Ash, please, protect Princess Diancie!
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're paying our respects to the Pokémon that perished in the anime, whether temporarily or permanently. Number 18, Team Rocket's Meowth. If you value your life, never try to look under Mimikyu's cloth. Team Rocket's Meowth learned this lesson the hard way when he encountered the shy ghost type in the wild. He ripped off Mimikyu's disguise and bore witness to Mimikyu's true form. The sight was so shocking that it instantly knocked him out, and he found himself traveling down a dark tunnel. It's mostly treated as him just fainting, and Jesse and James thankfully snap him out of it, but they can't convince us that Meowth wasn't on his way to the grave. The worst part is that this isn't the last time Meowth would have a near-death experience because of Mimikyu's exposure.
I almost took a trip down that long tunnel again!
Number 17, Pikachu and Miscellaneous Pokémon. After being awakened from its slumber, the monstrous Yveltal begins its reign of destruction anew. It drains the life out of people and Pokémon alike, turning them to stone. Tragically, among its many victims is Ash's Pikachu.
Pikachu!
Our favorite electric mouse was struck by Yveltal's attack, and it finally catches up to him. He petrifies Ash's arms, his best friend begging him to come back, but it's no use.
No, Pikachu!
Miraculously, Xerneas restores Pikachu and all of Yveltal's other victims by transforming itself into a tree. Remember when Ash got turned to stone in the first movie? Now both friends have experienced it, and it never gets easier to watch. Number 16, Darkrai. Despite its ghoulish appearance, Darkrai isn't an evil Pokémon. It only wishes to protect Almost Town from Dialga and Palkia's rampage. It willingly squares up against the Titans of Time and Space to save all of reality, locking the three of them in a bubble to protect the town. Unfortunately, it runs out of energy and is caught in the crossfire of Dialga and Palkia's blasts. Now our heroes watch in horror as Darkrai disintegrates into nothingness.
Darkrai, no! But how?
Thankfully, its sacrifice is not in vain, as our heroes manage to quell the two legendaries and restore everything. As a bonus, they restore Darkrai to life as well, allowing it to continue watching over Almost Town as its shadowy hero.
Darkrai! Darkrai, you're okay!
Number 15, AZ's Floette. Countless years ago, AZ had befriended a little Floette. The two were inseparable until the day Floette was called into battle during a war. Regretfully, the little fairy Pokémon's life was lost on the battlefield.
Several years later, he was given a tiny box.
In his grief, AZ created a machine that could bring Floette back to life. While he succeeded, his anger towards those who took his best friend from him wasn't satisfied. He turned the machine into a deadly weapon and personally ended the war. But his fury cost the lives of many other Pokémon.
The Pokémon that was given life must have known that the lives of many Pokémon were taken to restore its life.
Floette left AZ that day, hurt and ashamed of what grief and vengeance had turned its dear friend into.
Now he continues to wander eternally, still searching for his Pokémon.
Number 14, Hunter Jay's team. Jay was a recurring foe in the anime, a hunter who, along with her Salamence, Ariados, and Drapion, abducts Pokémon and sells them on the black market.
Salamence, Hyper Beam!
On her very last hunt, she was hired by Team Galactic to kidnap the Lake Guardians, Mesprit, Azelf, and Uxie. She succeeds, but as she leaves with her payment, her ship is hit by the Guardians' Future Sight attacks.
Alright, return to base.
It plummets into the lake and sinks to the bottom, Jay's glasses being the very last thing we see of her. Jay paid the ultimate price for her ruthlessness, and unfortunately her Pokémon went down with her, suffering for their loyalty to a cruel master. Number 13. Tiara's Cleffa. A small town in the Johto region has been plunged into a never-ending night, and the cause traces back to a little girl named Tiara. When she was younger, Tiara's best friend was a little Cleffa, but a few years ago, they parted ways, and Tiara was told that Cleffa had turned into a star. While it's not outright stated, it's heavily implied that Cleffa passed.
Cleffa and Tiara loved each other, spending every waking moment together.
Tiara wished to see the stars all the time to see if she could find Cleffa, and a group of unknown granted her wish, plunging the town into never-ending night. The only way to break the spell is for Tiara to say goodbye to Cleffa, finally accepting the loss of her most cherished friend.
I'm really okay, Cleffa. Don't worry about me.
Number 12. Pikachu and Ash. Pikachu and Ash are best friends until the end. Little did they know how soon the end would come. While on a ghost-catching mission at Pokémon Tower, our duo encounters a trio of mischievous Pokémon. Unfortunately, the trio's shenanigans cause a chandelier to come crashing down on Ash and Pikachu, knocking the duo out. To keep the fun going, the trio yanks Ash and Pikachu's ghosts out of their bodies and takes them on a whirlwind adventure in the night.
You're saying we're alike now?
While the group had a fun night and Ash and Pikachu returned to normal in the end, it's impossible to ignore how they got this out-of-body experience. Seeing Misty and Brock worrying about them didn't help things.
Come for a ride with me, Misty!
Ah, Misty!
Number 11. Celebi. In the distant past, the Iron-Masked Marauder used one of his insidious Dark Balls to forcibly capture Celebi and brainwash it into serving him. It breaks free of his control, but the strain was too overwhelming, and Celebi slowly withers away. All Ash can do is helplessly watch as the little grass legendary shrivels up and passes in his arms. No miracle tears to save its life this time.
Celebi, you can't die!
Suddenly, a flock of time-traveling Celebi arrives and performs a miracle, restoring their withered comrade to life. While the saying goes, gotta catch 'em all, some Pokémon weren't meant to be caught, especially if doing so might cost them their lives. Number 10. Jan's Talonflame. Learning about the canon history of Pokémon is fun, however, it can apparently be traumatic as well. In the episode The Legend of X, Y, and Z, Professor Sycamore and Alexa explore some ruins and go into the legend of the statue Isla.
That's it. The statue of Isla.
In the past, Jan rides off to find Yveltal, much to Isla's concern. However, the legendary Pokémon suddenly appears, causing Jan to attack by sending out his Talonflame. Before the Firebird can even land a hit, Yveltal uses Oblivion Wing, turning Talonflame into stone and disappearing into the forest below. Before Jan can even grieve the loss, Isla jumps in the way of another Yveltal attack, becoming a statue. He spent years finding Xerneas to restore Isla, only to no success.
Isla.
Number 9. Elder the Trevenant. Because Celebi exists, this gives the anime a chance to take part in time travel shenanigans. In the episode A Timeless Encounter, the mythical Pokémon sent Ash and Torracat into the past, meeting a child Professor Kukui. The future masked royal introduces the duo to the area's totem Pokémon, a massive Trevenant called Elder. Thanks to Ash's help in getting rid of a cutie fly infestation, Elder grants the ageless future champion a Firium Z.
A Firium Z! It's a reward.
Celebi, realizing its error, sends Ash and Torracat back to their timeline without warning. In the present day, when they look up, they see Elder, who has since passed away and become a foreboding tree in the forest.
Do you know Elder?
Number 8. Harriet Snubbull. When we're introduced to Harriet in 2018's Pokémon the Movie, The Power of Oz, she seems to have fallen into the wrong universe, with her passionate dislike of all Pokémon. However, as we discover later, when Harriet attempts to restart the power plants, only to be stopped by fire, there's a good reason for her behavior. When Harriet was a child, she had a Snubbull when flames erupted at the facility.
Snubbull! Come back here! Snubbull!
She begged her partner Pokémon to come back, but it went for the plant's key. As Snubbull returned to Harriet, the flames engulfed the Pokémon, badly injuring the human's hand as well.
I should never have let it get away.
She blamed herself for the tragedy all these years. By the end, Harriet forgives herself and begins to love Pokémon again. Number 7. Latios. Not only did 2002's Pokémon Heroes film confuse fans with Ash and his Latias girlfriend, it also left the audience with trauma. In the past, Latios and Latias' father sacrificed himself to save the people of Alto Mare, turning into a soul dew to power the city's defense mechanism.
He used all his power to bring the water, and then vanished into thin air.
In the present, after the gem was broken and a tidal wave was set to obliterate the town, Latias and an injured Latios dash in to stop it. However, while they saved everyone, the power exerted by Latios caused him to perish. As the humans find Latias, Latios uses his sight-sharing ability to show them what he can see at the end before turning into a soul dew to keep Alto Mare safe. Number 6. The 3 unnamed Pokémon. In 2016, Pokémon Generations was released, which gave fans short animated videos on key moments in the game franchise. The Reawakening episode focused on a moment that first left its mark in the Pokémon Gold and Silver games.
The structure known as the Burned Tower was once a beautiful place.
We saw how the legendary beasts of Suicune, Entei, and Raikou came to be. In the past, Ecruteak City's Brass Tower was struck by lightning, setting it ablaze. Sadly, 3 unnamed Pokémon didn't make it out in time.
When the tower caught fire, 3 nameless Pokémon perished.
After the fire was extinguished and the broken citizens grieved, Ho-Oh arrived. The legendary Pokémon used its power to remake the Lost Hounds into the legendary beasts. Rather than celebrate, these scarred citizens attacked, causing the resurrected Pokémon to depart.
The Pokémon never retaliated against the people. Instead, they left these lands of their own accord.
Number 5. Luxray. 2017's Pokémon the Movie I Choose You reimagined Ash's start into becoming a Pokémon master. During this trip to find Ho-Oh, he meets Sorrel, who wants to be a Pokémon professor. With a powerful Lucario as his partner, he seemed to have it all together, but during a heartfelt moment, Sorrel tells of his tragedy. When he was a child, he grew up with the family Luxray.
My family had a Luxray who took care of me. It was always with me.
One day, Sorrel was lost outside during a blizzard. Luxray found the youngster in the snow and lay on him to keep him warm.
Luxray.
When the rescue party found them the next morning, while Sorrel was okay, Luxray had frozen. This moment understandably haunted Sorrel as he distanced himself from Pokémon. Then he met Lucario, changing his life.
After that, I was afraid to make friends with Pokémon for a very long time.
Number 4, Lucario. Just kidding, it's a different one. The mid-2000s Pokémon films loved dishing out audience agony regularly. This time, it's 2005's Pokémon Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. No one would be happy about being locked up and seemingly betrayed by their closest ally for centuries.
Why, Master? Why?
But eventually, Lucario begins to trust again. With the Tree of Beginning in jeopardy, the humans are swallowed up by its antibodies before Mew saves them. However, with the tree dying, Ash and Lucario combine their aura to restore it. Yet, the Pokémon knocks Ketchum away.
Leave the rest of this to me, Ash!
Lucario!
The aura is with me!
While Lucario saves the day, the strain is too much, and he begins to fade away. Before he does, he witnesses Aaron's final message explaining his actions, causing him and the audience to sob.
It's waiting for me.
Number 3. The Kanto starter clones. If you ever watched 1999's Pokémon the first movie and wondered what caused Mewtwo to lash out beyond his creation and abuse, then this will explain it. The uncut story of Mewtwo's origin, which was on the international DVD release for 2000's Pokémon Mewtwo Returns, was a prologue to Mewtwo's tale in the 1998 movie.
You look like a Pokemon, but you talk. I didn't know a Pokemon could talk like a person.
Pokemon? Person? What are those?
We see the legendary Pokémon as a child, having telepathic conversations with Amber 2, the clone of Dr. Fushi's deceased daughter, and the Kanto starter clones of Squirtle 2, Charmander 2, and Bulbasaur 2. As the group explores Amber's hometown, the clones begin vanishing as they perish in the real world. Eventually, only Mewtwo and Amber 2 are left. Sadly, she too disappears as a devastated Mewtwo watches on.
And don't cry, Mewtwo. You should be happy. You're alive, and life is wonderful.
Number 2. Marowak of Lavender Town. From the franchise's video game debut, the tale of what happened to Marowak in Lavender Town has saddened fans. Yet, the 2013 series, Pokémon Origins, which showcased the journey of Red and Blue, made it even worse. In the episode File 2 Cubone, we see Marowak save her child Cubone from Team Rocket.
What was that?
However, she's attacked with electrified batons, ending her life.
Because of Team Rocket, Cubone lost its mother, Marowak.
When Red enters the Pokémon Tower to get rid of the villainous team, we see the heartbreaking reunion between Cubone and the spirit of Marowak. Now content with seeing her child one final time, Marowak goes off into the afterlife. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Stoutland. No episode in the series has covered Pokémon passing on as impactful as this one. After being introduced several episodes before by One Journey Ends, Another Begins, Stoutland's time was running out as its health deteriorated.
Stoutland.
We witnessed the impact of the tragedy on Litten, who sees the Pokémon as a mentor/parent. After leaving the Pokémon Center, Stoutland and Litten fall asleep on their couch. However, after an uncomfortable dream, when Litten awakes, Stoutland is gone. The use of the tree leaves and the rain falling, Meowth watching sadly, Professor Kukui's reaction, and the cloud of the faithful hound made this bitterly incredible. Did we miss a tragic passing? Let us know in those comments below.